Saeed, thanks so much for joining us today.
It's great to be here, thank you.
So could you just start by telling us what's the meaning of the word Silchar?
Silchar is a town in India. I'm not actually from Silchar, but one of my colleagues, who I used to work with, he's from Silchar, and I just loved the name and where he's from and his village and where he is. And I just love the name Silchar because it's very unique. When you Google Silchar, you won't find any other restaurant or any other eatery with the name Silchar. So I thought it's very unique, and I mean, I love the name, so let's go for Silchar. And so far so good, yeah.
And what made you move here?
I think it's pot luck, to be honest, and obviously destiny. But I was always based in Shropshire, so I was there good 15, 20 years, I would say. And then obviously I was looking to do a restaurant, and somebody mentioned a property in Hinkley, go and have a look, meet the owners. And yeah, I just came and had a look at the place, ticked all the boxes that we needed to. And yeah, that's it basically, you know. I've never been to Hinkley prior to that visit. So when I came for the first time, and actually I met a gentleman called Alan, who's no longer with us, but he initially opened the door for me and helped me set the restaurant up, and because he's a local from Hinkley, and yeah, he helped me set the whole restaurant up and actually contacts and so forth, but that's about it basically.
So you opened in 2015. Could you tell us a bit about the journey since then?
So yeah, when we opened in 2015, obviously we didn't know much about Hinkley, and it was initially, it's a big place, but we only had about 60 seats. So we thought, you know, in terms of having how many staff and seats and tables and covers basically, so we started off with about 60, but as months were going by, within the first 6 months we thought, wow, this is something special, we need to expand, we need to have more seats, more covers, more staff, more chefs, and yeah, we've never looked back, and it's been a great journey so far.
So was it always a dream of yours to open your own restaurant?
So yeah, I've been working since 14, and I've always been in the restaurant trade. So yeah, it's cliched, but yeah, it's a passion, it's a drive, you know. It's always something that I want to do, and be able to not just serve food, but to able to entertain the customers and make sure they have a good night, and not just to come and have a curry or a drink, just to feel as if they've come to a carnival. You know, on a Friday and Saturday, you feel, wow, what's happening here? I thought I'm just coming for a meal, but it's more than just a meal, you know. So I try to, because I try and reflect my personality towards the customer and not just serve them food, you know. So they make sure they have a good time and a vibrant time as well.
Wow, so how would you describe yourself then?
Quite outgoing, quite a people's person. I couldn't be behind the counter or on the phone, or, you know, I want to be with the people, in front of the people, and actually, you know, give them a good time and entertain them.
Tell us about your customers. Do you have regulars?
Our customer base, to be honest with you, is really, it's quite big, but it's very loyal, and the people and the customers are so nice. It's not just Hinkley, we have everybody, all the people from Leicestershire come over, you know, probably from 10, 15, 20 mile radius. I mean, they might not come every week, but they might come once a month, and that's good enough for me, because it shows that your quality, your service, your food is good, that people can travel, you know, from 15 miles, 20 miles, and obviously you've got your locals as well.
So would you say there's quite a lot of competition in the area?
There's a lot of competition. I mean, when we first opened, I didn't realize the amount of Indian restaurants and takeaways, and not just Indian restaurants, but there's other cuisines as well. But then that goes to show, if you're good, if you're passionate, if you're dedicated, and if you know your product, and if you're good, it doesn't matter how many other businesses there are, you know, it's all healthy competition. And to be honest with you, when I go into my restaurant, I just focus on what I do and making sure I deliver a good product and making sure the customer is smiling when they leave, you know.
So what is your background? Have you always lived in the UK?
Well, to be honest with you, I came to this country when I was about 3 years old. Obviously did my schooling and stuff like that. I didn't go to college because I always wanted to work and make money, as we all do. So yeah, I started off in the restaurant when I was about 14, and that's all I wanted to be honest with you.
I read that you've got several signature dishes at the restaurant. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
Oh yes. Obviously the signature dishes, they're your own dishes, the dishes you create yourself. the hard work that goes in between you and the chef, and the fighting and the the arguments. But at the end of the day, it's a collective decision. It's a collective idea, and so a lot of our dishes, which are very traditional, and we try and create the dishes like the way we'll have it at home. So when I was a kid, I used to watch my mum cook a lot, and I used to help her in the kitchen as well. And just to taste and learn and to watch my mother cook. You learn over the years, and also it's just as you grow older, you mature and you understand certain spices, go with certain spices, and certain ingredients will go with this one and not with that one, and that's how it is basically.
And did you have any dreams growing up?
I always wanted to be in the entertainment industry, performing arts and acting and singing and dancing, and that was my passion from day one. I always wanted to go and become some kind of movie star, but then obviously career and work and situations, obviously family and stuff, I ended up in the restaurant trade, and I love my job, don't get me wrong, and I think it sort of comes together where my passion for acting and singing and dancing comes in to the cooking and to serving people and hosting people. I think that's basically what it is.
So I imagine that being in the restaurant, it must take up a lot of your time.
A lot of time, a lot of hard work, 24/7. It might be like we'd open at 5:30 and finish at 10, 11, but it's a 24 circle. The phones are diverted to my mobile phone, so I'm getting emails, I'm getting messages, I'm getting phone calls early in the morning. So always on the go, which is a good thing because it's progression, and I'd like to be on the go all the time because I want to improve.
So what motivates you?
My wife motivates me a lot. She helps me throughout the day a lot. A lot of the time I'm feeling down because you can't be high 24/7. So a lot of the time when I'm feeling down, under the weather, she'll motivate me. She'll inspire me. She'll advise me. She'll criticize me. So when I'm doing something a bit, she's very critical. So she'll tell me, I don't think this is working. I don't think this is right. No. So
And what are some of the biggest challenges of running a restaurant, would you say?
Biggest challenges at the moment, obviously we had the COVID situation, which was very difficult, very hard, very challenging, obviously, because we've never faced anything like that before. So it was new to everybody. But we sort of overcame it with the help of a lot of people and the government and the council and so forth. Touch wood, we don't have that sort of situation again. But it's like the staffing issues. It's very difficult to get staff most of the time, reliable staff, people who are on the same level as you in terms of determination and passion, and obviously with your gas and electric going up, it's extremely difficult with the price of all your produce and everything. It's hard to maintain sometimes, but overall, if you are doing well and if you can just stay head above water, I think it's good.
And when it came to COVID, how did you deal with those challenges?
Challenges were severe. It's very difficult. Obviously, first it was just takeaways, and when you got like 100-seater restaurant and you're just serving takeaways, it seemed so dead. It seemed like an empty building. It's like a ghost house. You're just doing takeaways. But then they gave us the opportunity to dine outside. So if you got a garden space, people can come and dine out, if you know what I mean. So then obviously we transformed our beer garden into a proper, we took the restaurant from inside, we took it outside, so there's seats and it's all covered up with garden heaters, and it's very cozy because it was still winter time, I think, at the time. And we had about 50-60 covers, and I mean that helped us a lot because people were dying to come and dine out. They were fed up of takeaways, they were fed up of eating in. So they came, and I think we were the only restaurant in Hinkley to have an outside space. So that was an amazing advantage to us, and it was great. People came in, they came in with hats and, they came in with blankets. Even though we had heaters, it was winter. So they came in with their own blankets. Obviously, there was social distancing and everything in place. But it was a huge challenge. But yeah, because we had the garden, it was really good. And it created a different kind of vibe, from eating inside an Indian restaurant to actually eating inside a beer garden. But wow, and we've done it up, obviously, and it was nice. Yeah, very nice.
And winning Restaurant of the Year at last year's Leicestershire Curry Awards, how did that feel?
I mean, that's special. I mean, it's extremely special because, first of all, it was Leicestershire Curry, or it was Leicester Curry Awards, I think, for 5 years, and this was the first year that they done Leicestershire Curry Awards, and for us to be actually nominated and then to be amongst the finalists and then to actually win it, I mean, that's something really special.
Silchar Indian Dining.
For me, it's like winning an Oscar. Bollywood film industry, as we, they've got IFA or Filmfare Awards, so I mean, it's huge. Obviously, it's any kind of recognition or just a tap on the back is really good. Makes you feel good, makes you feel wanting to do more. And when they announced our Silchar Indian Dining Best Restaurant of the Year, we couldn't believe it. I mean, I was just like, I froze for a bit, and then a guy come up to me and he goes, he was suited as well, and he goes to me, "Oh, when you're ready, I'm going to escort you to the stage." And that's when he hit me. I was thinking, what's happening here? This is big. So then he escorted me to the stage, and it's like lights and wow. It's like, wow, welcome to the movies. For me, it was anyway.
Sounds like you were in your element.
Oh, wow, I loved it. I mean, I was milking it,
And would you say that winnings help the business?
Of course. We have people, as I said, from all over anyway. But obviously now the name Silchar is out there even more. So the people come in and the first thing they say is, well done for winning the Restaurant of the Year. It's really good. We saw you there. We saw your advert here. We saw you in the magazine. We saw you on Instagram. And we've got a TikTok as well. So, it's amazing,
And finally, what about plans for the future of Silchar?
Obviously, we always have plans for our own individual businesses in terms of like the next, at the moment is Christmas. So we're planning for Christmas Day lunch and how we're going to do that and the menu. So as soon as Christmas is over, then it's New Year's Eve. So we're always thinking of the next sort of celebration or festive, or so after that it'll be Valentine's, then it'll be like Mother's Day, then Father's Day, then we've got summer. So we're planning ahead, so we're always 2-3 months ahead. So that's what I do basically. It might sound boring, but you got to plan.
Yeah. And what can people look forward to in 2024?
Wow, maybe another suit, I don't know. But yeah, just lots of fun, lots of great food, and hopefully we can be even more busier in 2024 and provide a better food, better service and a better atmosphere at Silchar for the people.
Thanks, Saeed. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Good luck for the future and, of course, next year's Leicestershire Curry Awards.
No, thank you very much. And all I can say is love food, love dining, love Silchar. Thank you very much. Thank you.